Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, July 28th, 2021. My name is Kevin and this is your vibe of the day, where I frame up your day with something positive to bite into. Let's get right to the cards. All right, so this morning I was driven and guided to pull the Kyle Gray Angel Guide Oracle deck and found a new way to shuffle. But I'm just going to go ahead and give them a little shuffle while we're here. And thank you, angels, for revealing to me what I need to know about these cards. I call in the guides and guardians of all four corners of the earth, Father in the sky, Mother in the earth, to bring your wisdom, to bring your positive message for all of us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so there we go. Spread them out. Oh, this one feels like it's a good one. Put them back together. There we go. Strength and guidance. Oh, I think that's needed. How interesting is that? That the strength and guidance angel is matching up with the amethyst. I've got a raw amethyst, a raw rose quartz, and then of course my lovely little. I usually carry one of these three around in my pocket during the day. But anyway, strength and guidance. Basically, this angel, if you look at the picture, it's showing a very strong angel, strong jawline, and the third eye center being open. And of course, what's in the hands, what's coming up from Mother Earth, is more energy. So I was meditating this morning and got a message that we are all energy beings, if you will. Seems somewhat strange because most of us might feel like we're caught up in the strangle wrath of physical life, the mental feelings, all of our feelings all over the place, opinions, fear, which is the opposite end of where we really should be. We should be thinking about prosperity consciousness. We should be thinking about the blessings that we have, the blessings that we get to share with other people, the love that we have for ourselves and for other people. And yet we're still in the cycle of not feeling quite the way we should be feeling. So strength and guidance is a reminder that this is what we have to bring to ourselves. What I've got to say about that is the universe can help us, show us how to be on the path, how to get on the soul path, how to take one step at a time and move forward. We've all heard that quote, if you will, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, one step at a time. But most of us have to be willing to take the first step. Yesterday's message from the Angels and Ancestors card was about being vulnerable. We had the animal guardian, and to be more like the animals, living in the moment, living, for what's happening right now, being observant. So strength and guidance from this deck is really about tapping into where you are. Divine intervention is coming up right now, which is why there are all these physical shifts, planetary shifts, emotional shifts. If you pay attention to things like the Olympics and all that's going on there, it's unusual to have these sporting events with nobody in the stands watching, no spectators. And it's as if you look at it in a spiritual way and you think, well, does anyone really care? And then we see the result of that with the world watching the lovely Simone Biles and the pressure that she has decided is too much, and she is quite brave. The woman got into a vulnerability and said, listen, I've got to take care of my mental health. I've got to take care of how I feel about things, and it got too much. And you can see where we become consumed by these feeling that we're supposed to be a certain way. We're supposed to show up mostly for other people. And I would imagine that young woman, now she has reporters and cameras and the whole entire world up her face talking about what's going on. They want to know why. Leave the lady alone. It's time, she wants to retreat. Yet we find ourselves, in one hand, wanting people to see us. They want us. We want to be seen. We want everyone to know who we are. We want to know, when we've accomplished things. We want to tell the world. When we find something out, we want to share it. So, strength and guidance. This card is basically saying, whatever's going on in your life is proving to be a real huge learning experience for your soul as well as your physical. It's telling me that you're becoming aware of what will lead you to fulfilling your purpose and bring you, you're becoming aware of what's bringing you away from the joy and the happiness. What is showing up that's getting in the way of love, the blocking? Your angel is encouraging you to recognize that the feelings that are coming up are guidance to help us understand what steps we need to take next, what we need to do in order to be aligned with abundance and get the support we're looking for. So dig deep and hold on to where you are, what you're feeling, what's going on. Even write it down, get into journaling, get it out to where you can see it. If we spend our days wondering what is the next step, know that it's going to come in its own sweet time. So if you've got a vision, if you've got a plan, or you've got a goal, now is the time to focus on your vision, focus on your plan, focus on your goal. Don't change it. This is not a time to take drastic action and go back into that ratchet place of, I'm not good enough, this is never going to happen, I won't ever get there. That is what the ego wants. That's what you've done before. The fact that you're having feelings, emotions that are churning up right now is a guidance that you're on the path, because we wouldn't have these doubts, all these fears, all these vulnerabilities, all these feelings of, I'm not sure what to do next, if we weren't on the right path. That's the excitement. That's the feeling of, oops, I'm on the way. So keep looking at the vision. Keep seeing that what you're doing, what you're focusing on is supposed to happen. Angels are encouraging you by prayer and keep your intentions clear. Recognize that you are not on your own. You're being guided by Spirit on this journey. Trust it. And then draw more power down from the cosmos to help you achieve what you need to achieve. And the right steps are going to come along. Know that it's not our job or our duty to know everything at once. Just to know that things are unfolding perfectly. Take one step at a time. And the solutions and the outcomes will come. Basically, dig into your own personal hope, your own personal faith, that positive things are happening for all of us. That's the challenge. That is the challenge, and it is a choice. In the Western, actually in the whole planet, the whole country, the whole world, wherever we are, we're beginning to realize that we have free will as individuals. We're beginning to realize that soulful part of ourselves, that part of ourselves that says, no, I don't want to put up with this anymore. Thank you, but I'm not dealing with this. We're beginning to realize that we have a choice. We can choose whatever we want and get whatever we want. Also know that the choices we make are either going with the flow or against the flow. I'm a pretty big fan of Esther Hicks and the Abraham videos that she puts out. I'm also, I've always been a fan of creative visualization. And being able to, there's a difference between, and I've talked about this several times, but Esther Hicks does it so well. There's a difference between, we've got a desire and we've got an intent, and that's real. That's the choice we're making. but then we have to figure out how to get it. So that's the plan. That's kind of like this contouring, if you will. You put in the tone, you put in the energy, you put in the intention, you start making the plans to do it. The one thing that needs to happen, must happen, is desire, feeling, excitement, energy. If we don't put in the right level of desire, the right essence of feeling, and the right mindset, what we're looking to achieve is going to be what's happened before. So if you're one of these folks who has fantastic intentions, has great dreams, has all of the things that light you up and say, yes, I want to do it. Yes, 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 yes. But yet they don't manifest as quickly as you want them to, the way you want them to, or how you want them to. There's something off with the desire. There's something off with the ability to attract it. And when I say there's something off, it means that the past programming, limited beliefs, other people's influence is stronger than the desire. So, strength and guidance, this message for today, is get very clear with what you want to have happen. So for example, for the last several months, and it's working for me, I have dug into a lot of work from Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. I've dug into, obviously, the Angel Guides work with Kyle Gray. I've dug into spirit. I've meditated every day. I can't remember when. It's going on a year because the subscriptions that I subscribed to a year ago are coming up for renewal. So I can say after a year of doing this, it's working. But there are times when I want to accomplish something, I want to do something, and yet it's not happening very quickly. It's not moving forward quite as fast as I'd want it to. There's a fear, and it goes to poverty consciousness, that I generate my own income. So for many people, that's a huge blessing. I don't punch a time clock. I don't have to show up at a certain day at a certain time unless I book people, clients and consults. And with that comes this feeling that how am I going to make it from Sunday to Sunday when I have no idea what income I've got coming in? That's a fear that, instead of looking at it as being, oh my goodness, oh my god, I've spoken before about how those of us that work for ourselves and generate income from services, whether that be automotive or whether that be, like for me, personal services, somebody changes their mind the day before or the night before, or something happens, that's income you're not going to make. That's something you don't get to bring in. Your paycheck just got reduced. There is a real emotional response mechanism that happens. For me, it starts at the heart, the emotion, the feeling, oh my goodness, moves down into the belly, the power chakra, and creates anxiety and creates nervousness. I have to be able to do something positive with that. I've got to be able to say, okay, it's happened before, it's not the end of the world, and it's all right. Now I get to do something positive with the time. I get to value the time. So for me to overcome those feelings of, whoops, a daisy, here we go, I look at, this just means I get to do something else. This just means I get to move in a different way. What I will say, by quickly changing that mindset, by quickly turning it around, I've had phone calls, emails, text messages. I need to get an appointment this week, and boom, I was able to fill the space up. It wouldn't have happened had I sat in the soup of sadness and not done what I was supposed to do to turn it around. So, all that to say, Know that strength and guidance is all around you. Positive strength, positive guidance that's non physical, the energy of source that put you here is around you all the time. The challenge is we have to ask it to come, we have to invite it in. And lots of people have a hard time inviting in something they can't see. Well, you've been doing it all the time. If you're planning a trip, if you're wanting to move, if you set your mind on buying a house, if you set your mind on getting married, if you set your mind on starting a family, you're already doing it. Already putting the strength and guidance and desire out there. What you tap into and what you realize is you're not on your own, and you weren't the only energy source that brought that to you. Things lined up perfectly in a miraculous way to produce for you what it was you wanted, and you got it. So if you're facing these doubts and these fears, which are all part of personal choice, if you look at them, what can tend to happen is we tend to make drastic decisions based on where the fear is, instead of buying into, well, that's not going to happen because this is a different situation. Let's keep moving. And all I do now is thank you, angels, for revealing to me what my fears are. I'm choosing to bring in your guidance and go with strength. Boom. Let it go. It takes a bit of practice, but that's what we're here for. You know, we cannot, the cycle of life and energy that we are just keeps going. And yes, I'm just as guilty as the next person to buy into fear mongering. Oh, for sure. And yes, I am aware that when I mix with other people, I can see the heaviness. And obviously, those of us that are of light, we call it light work. It's work. It can be heavy duty. A good friend of mine shared yesterday that they felt fatigue and they felt tired and they felt like worn out. So we can say yes because the heat is high. And then I was reminded that wow, there are people out on the road clearing branches off of trees so our power lines don't go down in the winter. There are people cutting grass outside in this heat. Workers. I can't imagine what they're going through. And then I'm grateful that I get to choose what I do with my day. And then I'm lifted with, oh, yes, this is okay, it's fine. We can all fear poverty. We can all fear homelessness because we're seeing it. Those of us that are switched on, tuned in and tapped into something greater than what we are, get to see it. My nugget for you, when you see it, it's a reminder of where you are on the journey you've taken. It isn't a way for you to judge those people who haven't yet seen it. They haven't seen that for them, they're not sure about what energy there is available to them. For them, they feel like this is all they're able to do. This is all they can do. Have compassion. You know, give them $1 once in a while. You can't give them $1 and then assume they're going to do something with it that's not in alignment with yours. The dollar's energy. Exchange it. Let it go. I think that's all I've got to say about that. But I do want to read from Melody Beatty's book. Strength and guidance. Tap into what you're strong about, what you believe in. Keep your goals going, keep your visions going, and make a plan to make them happen. Done. All right, now, the 28th. It is today, yeah. Acknowledge your fears. Hello. I don't know how this happens every day. I don't look at this until I turn the page, and yet the card and the message lines up, so there's no doubt in my mind that there's something going on that's beyond all of this that I'm happy to share. Acknowledge your fears. I never knew how afraid I was. Maybe I was even too afraid to look at my fears. People speak of facing fear, of not being afraid of fear, working through fear. Well, how do we do that? Try this technique. It was recommended to me by a healing professional. Take out a sheet of paper and a pen. Write down everything you're worried about. Take as much time as you need. Let it roll out. Don't be afraid of what you see. Some of your fears may be unknown. Write as much as you can about those too. We don't need to list everything we need to do about each fear. All we need to do is acknowledge honestly what we fear. Once we do it, the way will become clear. Acknowledging our fears will give us power. Acknowledging our fears will help set us free. Often, it moves us to the next place. It is the barrier we need to pass through. Although some of our fears may be real, may be grounded in reality, facing them won't make us more afraid. Facing our fears won't cause us more pain. Facing fear will bring us to peace and power. The trust isn't the enemy. Fear of the truth is the enemy. Be gentle with yourself. Let yourself have your fears and let yourself face them. Having the wisdom to face the truth will bring us closer to peace. You know, I'm listening because now I've got a lovely, like a guru-like Indian guide that's appearing up here. Oh, thank you. I don't get names from these guides and spirits, and I never know. He's saying he's one of the ascended masters, and he's talking like, he's doing this. Makes me giggle. He always, yes, he's feeling like a little bit like Medusa with all those hands, and he's doing this, and he's sitting. He's like a wise man. He's dressed in traditional East Indian robes. Okay, and let me just channel into what he's having to say. Okay, all right. He says that fear is basically an illusion, and the illusion creates the feeling, and the feeling creates the result. Stop the fear, stop the feeling to change the result. He's adding to this book. He's saying it's all very well to face your fears and look at the truth that it's not real. It's just your fears, but you have to be able to learn how to twist it and turn it around. Oh, here's what he's saying. The spirit world shows us our fears because that's part of our purpose. That is part of the soul path connection. It is what we came to do. What we came to do was take the fears out and lift up into a higher level of consciousness through this. We're all on a mission for ascension, is what he's saying. No, he's this wise man. I'm going to find out later on what his name. Oh, he just says to call him Babaji, which I have no idea what Babaji means. But anyway, and sometimes I wonder if sometimes I wasn't, at some point, some part of Hindu, Buddhist monk in another life, because I'm so drawn to that bright colors and that lovely music. He's like, yes. If I had to describe what to me, he looks like he's sitting on a throne, and a gorgeous man. He is wearing obviously his head is wrapped, and he's sitting cross-legged with basically harem type clothing on. All up the walls are gold and yellow, and it's gorgeous. Whatever he's sitting here doing is just so beautiful. And he's got I don't have one here, a singing bowl in front of him, but it's rather large, and there's smoke coming out of it. So it's sort of like incense, and he's just having himself a lovely time. He's saying he is one of my new wisdom guides, wisdom gurus. I was asking a question earlier, and I'm focusing right now on this green light in the middle of my microphone, because when my physical eyes are focused, my third eye is open to what he's saying. I wasn't expecting this to happen. I was asking the question internally before I even went into this video about channeling energy, and he says yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So I think this young person, Indian guide is Babaji. I'm going to find out later on who you are. Names don't matter, is what he just said. I think he's either a spirit guide or a gatekeeper. Come on over here. Do you want to say hello? Look who's come to say hello. Look, Emma Grace. There you go. Emma Grace. Oh, you're tired. You've been sleeping. So I bring Emma Grace up here. This is my 14-month-old Great Dane. She, yes, she will go outside and raise a ruckus with the neighbours too early in the morning for that. So to get her to stop it, I bring her up here to take her nap. So she was just curled up in that chair. Now she's sniffing the cards. All right, go lay down, baby girl. Thank you. I think that's all I had to say about that. Sorry I went off on a tangent with my four-legged daughter. Whoop, there she goes again. Yeah, curl up, lay down. Oh, there's a school bus outside. Let's hopefully she won't see it and start barking. Let's meditate. Pull your arms up, pull your arms open, and bring your palms facing upward. Generate a breath for yourself. Big breath in. Every time you exhale, let something go. And be with the deepest expression of your breath. Let your mind settle down. Let your thoughts settle down. And allow any feelings and thoughts you have about fears that are popping up, just let them go. Acknowledge that right now, thoughts and energy surrounding situations, stories, beliefs, ideas that are not of your highest good are simply mental thoughts, energy that's moving through the body. The feeling of poverty, the feeling of lack, the feeling of despair, feelings of anxiety, feelings of depression, feelings of worthlessness. It isn't true. It isn't real. Know that your angels, spirits, your guides have placed these ideas and thoughts into your consciousness for you to dissolve, for you to extinguish. With every thought and feeling, an emotional attachment, breathe light into the place in your body where you feel the tension. The jaw, shoulders, elbows, wrists, hips, low back, belly, digestive system, colon, and the genitals, the hips, legs, ankles, or any place that is holding these tension, holding these burdens. holding these feelings. As you breathe in, send white light to those places. As you breathe out, let them go down in through the soles of your feet to be absorbed by the Mother Earth. Give yourself a few moments to release and let go of anything that's on your mind that's bothering you and not lining up with your highest good. Now we can say a prayer. Thank you, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Sandalphon, for keeping us safe and removing the blockages and energetic space around us that stands in our way of love. Thank you, angels, for reminding us that you're present and showing us all what we need to know. It is good to see you. It's good to feel you. It's good to get your wisdom. Thank you, higher spirits, for reminding me that I am aligned with source energy and the light of the divine is always with me. Thank you for revealing my fears and taking me on the pathway to resolving them. Thank you for revealing the truth. Thank you for increasing my worth. I am willing to listen and to receive. I am open and receptive to all the good and abundance of the universe, and so it is. And as you spend time breathing and tuning in to the essence of you and the wisdom of truth, picture a cluster of stars forming a circle above your head. Place this cluster, circle, halo of stars between the crown of your head and the roof of the room you are seated in. And see this circle, ring of stars widening and through the center point of this halo of stars there is a light, a mist, a beam similar to a moonbeam, similar to the glow of a candle. And see this white light drawing down through the center of this circle of stars, the stellar gateway. And slightly above your head 4 to 8 inches away from the top of your head is your soul star. The connection point between you, your soul, and the Creator that created you. This is your touch point, your soul star. Think of your soul star as a shower. You can imagine the energy of this shower appearing like the glistening water running down, rinsing over your face, your nose, or a soft, gentle mist that is running down your body. However you see, feel, and experience this energy is exactly how it is for you. This glistening light may be glowing with different colors. Allow this glistening light to flow down from the inside of you, your internal organs, your muscles and skin, illuminating you all the way through your whole body, energizing your chest and heart, lungs, diaphragm, arms, shoulders, fingers, wrists. Where you place your mind's consciousness on your physical body, where you breathe into those spaces, is where this energetic light will be sent to. You are now with one and source energy, creating this energetic force field of strength and guidance, of universal wisdom, of clarity and truth. And as you wash down your body with the energy from Source, allow anything that is not of your highest good to be cleared away, to be resolved. Thank you, Mother Earth, for your love and absorbing all of our worries and woes. Thank you for transforming and transmuting these energetic spaces. I invite you now to press pause on this video to continue breathing and being with this light, bright energy. When you feel complete, bring your hands to prayer heart center. And acknowledge your work of spiritual practice. Bring your thumb knuckles to your third eye center, and together we bow and say Namaste. Thank you, everybody, for that. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, share it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.